how to calculate housing affordability. How to know if a house is considered affordable, or how to calculate housing affordability. So how do they actually determine if the house is considered affordable, or how do they measure the housing affordability? So today I'm going to share with you examples, right, with the details and concepts on the formulas and numbers, and see how far we have with the current housing affordability in Malaysia and a few other countries. Example number one, we have median multiple, or we call MM. This method of formula is being recommended by World Banks and United Nations, whereby the formula is basically you have your median house price of the country over the median annual gross household income, right? Median of the annual gross household income. Median of house price over median of annual household gross income. So that's the formula for median multiple. The concept basically means that they are using the median price of the house, right, in a particular subject. For example, we say for a country like Malaysia, right, then we take the whole country median house price on the annual basis. So say example for Malaysia, right, for 2020, which is last year, the median house price across all the housing categories, across all the states, are around 295,000 ringgit as per NAPIC. So here's a table for the ratings and the median multiples numbers. So if the median multiple shows number of 3.0 or lesser, then it is considered affordable. And before that, here's a short guide for those that do not clearly know the difference between median and mean, or aka average. So median means you have a data set, right? Say 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So median would be number 3. It's as simple as that, right? The middle data across the data sets, the full data sets. Okay? So what about mean? So mean basically means that you add up all the numbers just now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get the sum, which is 15. So 15 divided by all the total units of data, right, which is 5. So it's number 3. Okay, so that's mean, right? So why we use median, especially in, you know, house price and even household income, is that median is suitable for data sets that comes with quite a numbers of outliers, right? Because we have house price of 40,000 flat, right, and even 30,000 mansion, right, or penthouse units. So that's when median comes better compared to mean. But of course, it's just a guideline. There's no 100% accurate or whatsoever, right? It's still an estimation. So now, for example, calculation example, the median house price in 2020 in Malaysia is roughly 295,000 ringgit, right? While the mean gross annual household income is roughly 62,000. So based on the formula, you just divide it, the thing, median house price over median annual household gross income, you get the multiple of 4.72, right? Which is in the bracket of seriously unaffordable. Method number 2 is housing cost as the percentage of income. So this is a quite common concept as well, right? You have a certain guideline or threshold set by central government or central banks normally. Say in United States, US, they roughly use 30% guideline out of your 100% income. So above 30% is considered unaffordable, right? Below 30% of the net income, right? In this case, they use net income rather than gross income, would be considered affordable. So this method is being differentiated by a few factors, such as the country's prevailing interest rates, the loan tenure, right? How many years? The country's guideline, or how much percentage of the threshold, or they are using a gross or net income basis. So for example, in Malaysia, according to Housing Watch, right, by being around Malaysia, you can actually look at one of the approach. We call it the HCB, right? Housing Cost Burden. So this is by means of net income, which comes with the statutory deductions, right? Including EPF, right? And SOCSO. The threshold used in HCB approach would be 30% of the net income. So if it's 30% or lesser out of the net income in this HCB approach, it is considered to be affordable, right? So now let's check out the calculation example. So in this case, we use the same median monthly income in 2020 in Malaysia. So just for the sake of showing an example with an estimation, we put the statutory deduction at 12% of the gross income, right? Now the net monthly income is roughly 4,584. So 30% maximum threshold of this net income would be 1,375 ringgit. So based on the monthly installment of 1,375 just now, we put the basis of conditions for that installment, which translates into the SPA price of the house, whereby the conditions would be 90% LTV, 3.5% interest rate, 35 years loan tenure, and it comes out with the housing price of roughly 369,600 ringgit Malaysia. So what does this mean is that when you compare against the median house price in Malaysia for 2020, which is 295,000, the house price is considered to be affordable with this method. Since the maximum of the house price we can afford with this number of installment rate of 1,375 is 369,000, almost 370, but the median house price is only 295,000. And if we use the yet to be updated, the one that you can look at the housingwatch.com, the website, they're using the previous one in 2016, which is prevailing interest rate of 4.5%, same 90% LTV, and same 35 years loan tenure. And we comes out with a lower amount of 322,000, and still it is above the median house price in 2020, right, in Malaysia. So still it is considered affordable. Bear in mind that all these methods can be used to be more specific when you want to filter out the target group that we want to look at or want to study, right? Even you can categorize those into their income range. We have T20, M40 and B40, right? So their median income, everything is different, and it comes up with their respective house price that suits their income range. So here's a bonus. Housing affordability, as mentioned before, is just an estimation. There's a lot of methods that calculates it, right? An extra bonus, housing affordability has been an issue around the world, even in developed countries, right? We're looking at the UK with roughly 63% of house ownership. And of course, we have few exceptions of quite a few numbers of countries that did well. Looking at Romania, Singapore, right? Over 90%. Of course, it comes down to the policies, right, made by the governments as well. In summary, there are formulas to calculate all this housing affordability stuff. It's definitely not just agak-agak or just the feeling, right? We feel that the house price is high. Because the market is still running, we still have more than 100,000+ of transactions happening for the first half of 2021, according to NAPIC. Although all this is just an estimation, but it is much better and accurate format to actually determine the housing affordability, right? Number two is that the popular method that used around the world would be median multiple, right, recommended by World Banks and United Nations. We have also housing costs based on the percentage of the income, right, whether it's a gross or net income. Like in Malaysia context, we're using HCB approach. And if 30% or lesser, it is considered affordable. So that's all for the housing affordability calculations. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about property, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button and turn on notifications and I'll see you in my next video.